Allstar JR has been locked up. A lot of people are speculating that his arrest is connected to his ties with J. Prince Jr., particularly because rumors are circulating about a federal investigation into the Prince family. But there's also the matter of the Ben 10 incident, which tells its own story. What many people didn't know at the time was that Allstar JR was already a convicted felon. During that confrontation, he had a firearm, which alone was a violation, and after shooting Ben 10, he reportedly stood over him and fired additional shots, which pushed the situation well beyond any reasonable claim of self-defense. He then fled the scene without staying to give any statement or cooperate with authorities. The feds eventually decided they wanted him picked up. Several people have weighed in on the story, and one of the more grounded reactions came from Sean Cotton, who made a point that a lot of people were thinking but hadn't quite put into words. His take was essentially this: the entire time after the shooting, Allstar JR was out here taunting, making music videos, going on social media, acting like everything had been cleared and he was untouchable. Most people assumed he had already been questioned, that it had been ruled self-defense, and that he was in the clear. But in reality, he had fled the scene and was never officially cleared of anything. He was essentially taunting the feds to come find him without even realizing it, or maybe not caring. Sean Cotton's point was fair. Anybody might have defended themselves in that situation if someone was trying to rob them of their jewelry, but the way Allstar JR handled the aftermath, coming out doing too much, trolling, performing, acting untouchable, it was the wrong move for someone carrying that kind of legal exposure. And on top of everything, he had been grinding in the rap game for a while, feeling like he was owed a moment, feeling like artists like T. Grizzly had a debt to him in some way. The frustration was real, but the timing and the behavior made everything worse. The general feeling is that he might actually beat some of these charges and get cleared on several counts. Finesse 2 Times seemed to share that same view. But what's adding another layer to all of this is the claim from Cartel Bo, who says that authorities booked Allstar JR specifically to flip him, to get him to cooperate and provide information against J. Prince Jr. as part of that larger investigation into the Prince family. Whether that's accurate or just street-level speculation remains to be seen, but it's the theory that's gaining the most traction right now.
Oh shit, cause they see the feds when got all Allstar, you know what I'm saying? Tell y'all niggas how this gonna go. You can mark my words, you can write this shit down, take a picture, record it, screen save it, I don't give a fuck. And it's gonna go exactly like this, and I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. Them people went and booked Junior, Allstar Jr., cause they know for a fact in their hearts and their minds, this nigga gonna tell on Prince, and this nigga gonna tell on Ben and them. Yeah, he ain't gonna go to jail, and they done tried to do whatever they tried to do. We gonna get this statement saying them niggas came down there to rob him. That's why he took that gun. And they gonna try to RICO all them niggas. They gonna try to RICO them niggas. I don't want that shit to happen. I don't hate that shit. I would hate for that shit to happen. But man, if I'm being a real nigga, man, lawyer up, gang. It's finna get real around this bitch. Y'all finna see some shit. Because all they got to do is say, this affiliate and this person or whatever was here at the same time, doing this at the same time. That's why they didn't go for Ben. Talking about that's why they didn't go for Junior. Talking about our Junior. That's why they didn't do that. Because they know. We don't want that. We want this nigga to go in this federal courtroom and say, y'all tried to come rob him for his chain on paperwork. That's what they...
Now, Cartel Bo walked that back pretty quickly. Almost immediately after making the claim, he clarified that he wasn't calling Allstar JR a snitch or implying that he would cooperate. His exact words were something along the lines of, he doesn't play those kinds of games. He wasn't saying the man was going to snitch, he was simply stating what the federal authorities are attempting to do. He told anyone who interpreted it differently to take that up with the government agencies involved. He made it clear he's just watching how this situation unfolds, and added that, realistically, 98% of people are not going to sit in a jail cell over something like this, which honestly isn't a bad paint. So where does that leave things? It's genuinely hard to say. There's a possibility he gets a decent lawyer and walks away with minimal time. Maybe a year, maybe less, depending on how the case develops. Finesse 2 Times is actually in the camp that believes Allstar JR could beat the whole thing entirely, or at worst, pull something close to a year. And that outcome isn't impossible given how these cases sometimes move. But a lot depends on whether the federal angle tied to the J. Prince Jr. investigation has any real weight, or whether this stays focused on the felon in possession and the Ben 10 incident alone. Either way, the situation is still developing, and people are watching closely to see how it plays out.
Junior nigga got locked. The Fed for a pistol case. I'm gonna be real though. He gonna beat that shit. And if he don't beat it, he ain't gonna get no more than 2 years, a year and a half. He'll be out there motherfucker in some months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months. Y'all gotta understand, he still defended himself. The only reason why the feds getting him is because one, they ain't talked to him. He left the scene. 2, he turned the feds by basically not like making songs and popping shit and getting booked and doing interviews and not talking to them. Like, and not like they want him to make a statement. He want to be a real nigga and not make a statement. But you gotta understand, like in the streets, like when I was coming up, all like Yo Gotti songs, like all the gangster niggas, and they songs, they let it be known if a nigga come to my house, if I gotta defend myself, I'ma smack you and call the laws. See, niggas be too prideful. Like sometimes you gotta stop what you doing. Like, man, life ain't nothing about 2 things, man. Freedom and living. You can't do shit if you ain't free. You can't do shit if you ain't alive. You gotta be able to